I guess it's time to break out a hammer and a crowbar.
It's been about a week and a half since we placed that order together, and all of the items for the bathroom refresh project have come in. How's your plumbing work? Holding up?
It's holding up.
I had a chance to use some of my old craft paint. Here is the cost breakdown of our project. Today, we're gonna be working on a bathroom refresh, and we're gonna take this bathroom from this to this. Hi, it's Steph. Welcome back to my home. Now that we are into the colder months, my husband George and I have a little bit more time to dedicate to some interior projects. And one of them is going to be to give this bathroom a refresh. Now, this is our kids' bathroom, and it's a pretty standard bathroom. You have a vanity, a toilet, and a shower and tub combo. And what started our idea of having to refresh this bathroom was the faucet on the vanity. So our kids have been telling us for a little while now that this handle is getting really stuck. You can see that I'm putting a lot of pressure on the hot water side to get it to run. And so we thought, well, we can just replace the faucet. But once we started looking around, we noticed that the bowl was starting to get a few hairline cracks. So eventually the top would need replacement. And you can see that these two doors specifically are turning a creamy shade of yellow, and it looks different than the rest of the vanity. So I suppose we could paint it. This wasn't really high quality when we bought it 15 years ago, but it has served us well. But now it is starting to show its age. So George and I talked about it, and because we're able to do this as a DIY project ourselves, we are going to look for a new vanity. And we're also going to replace the faucet, and some other things that we're going to do to update this bathroom is get a new mirror, a new light fixture. Our boys did say that they wanted something with black fixtures. So once we pick a vanity, we are also going to change out the accessories like the toilet paper holder, the towel bars, as well as the shower curtain rod. We're also keeping the paint the same because we did paint this bathroom about 2 years ago, and the floor, because the floor would be a nightmare to change because it is tile. So we are doing a refresh, and we're gonna start off by shopping for some fixtures. So I'm gonna show you what we look for, and also share the prices along the way in case you're interested in doing a refresh of your own bathroom. But before we look at the items that we're going to choose for this project, I want to share something with you that we've been using around the house. Our family goes through hand soap fast, and I wanted something that works well without creating a lot of plastic waste. That's why I've switched to using Blueland products in our home, who is the sponsor of today's video. Their products are effective yet gentle on my family and the planet. And the tablet formulas are completely microplastic free and made with certified clean ingredients. Blueland's eco-friendly foaming hand soaps come in several scents. I ordered the holiday hand soap kit, which I really love. It comes with 10 holiday scent tablets, enough for a year. These hand soaps make great gifts for a hostess this holiday season, for family and friends who want to cut down on plastic waste, or even for yourself. To use it, fill your Forever bottle with warm to hot water, drop in a tablet, wait for it to fully dissolve, then put the nozzle back on. That's it, ready to use, no shaking needed. I've also been using their dishwasher detergent tablets. They are powerful and effective, require no pre-soak or rinse aid, and are completely plastic-free and compostable. If you're like me and you want a clean home that's safe for your family and the planet, check out Blueland. Their products are free from parabens, phosphates, ammonia, chlorine bleach, and phthalates. And they're made with certified clean ingredients that are safer for your family, pets, and the environment. The best part is they're currently having their biggest sale of the year. Click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen to save up to 30%. The sale only happens once a year, so check it out and stock up for yourself or give a sustainable gift to friends and family this season. And thank you so much to Blueland for sponsoring today's video. Well, it's been a few hours and we have made our decisions. We discussed it with the family and everyone is on board and we all agree. I do have a Home Depot credit card and they sent me a coupon for $25 off. It's not much, but it was enough to get me to go to their website first. And so here I am and I have decided on this vanity. Now we have a 36-inch vanity currently. We're working with the same footprint. So we selected this Sonoma 36-inch single sink vanity in the almond latte color. I think this this color is really pretty because it's a wood tone, so it's going to look different from what we currently have, which is a white vanity, and it'll also be complementary to the floor color that we are going to keep in place. And it has these feet at the bottom, which gives it a little bit more of an elegant look, and I really like it. I think it's going to be a really pretty update. It does have the black hardware, which is something that our boys mentioned that they liked. Going back to the countertop, it has this marble look top, which I think is going to be really pretty. Again, it's white and light and bright, which is going to be a difference from what we currently have, which is a brown countertop. Okay, so moving on to the faucet. This vanity calls for a widespread faucet, which is exactly the same style faucet that we currently have in our bathroom. Now, when we built our house 15 years ago, all of the faucets that we have in our bathrooms and in the kitchen are Delta. It's just what we bought when we built our home 15 years ago. And in all of that time, they have served us really well. And we've only ever had an issue twice with a couple of small parts that needed replacement. And it has been our experience that Delta is really good about sticking by their lifetime warranty. And as long as you keep your packaging, your receipt, and you send them pictures of what's wrong, they will send you replacement parts. And so for that reason, we're replacing the current faucet, which is not a Delta, with a new Delta faucet. And we have landed on the Delta Geist 8-inch widespread double handle bathroom faucet in matte black. And so this is the one that we have chosen to go on the vanity. Next, we're on to the light fixture. We currently have a 3 light bar vanity light. And so we wanted to do the same footprint again with 3 lights. And we found this one. It's the modern 22-inch 3 light black bathroom vanity with clear glass globes. And we are going to put some bulbs in there. We're also going to try to improve the lighting in that bathroom a little bit. So we're going to play with some bulbs to see if we can get the bathroom to be a bit brighter. Because there is no natural light and no window, the light being dim is always a little bit of an issue, but we thought that this was a really pretty light to complement the vanity. And now the accessories. So we found that you can also change the handle on your toilet. Did you know that you can change those? Well, you can. And look at this. So we found this black one to match the rest of the fixtures in the bathroom. And it is the strong arm toilet flush handle in simple matte black. It is $21.97, reasonable, little update. And I think that will look really nice. So we went ahead and put that in our cart as well. Here is the toilet paper holder. This is also by Delta. It's the Cradle wall-mounted pivot arm toilet paper holder. Has great reviews. It's also in that matte black finish, which we wanted to keep all of the finishes consistent, right? So that it looks cohesive. And this was $25.65. So there you go. My coupon will cover the toilet paper holder. And then I also chose the matching towel bar. This is the Cradle 24-inch wall-mounted towel bar for $32. Also has great reviews, and it is in the matte black finish. So this is what we are going to start with, and I still have to get a mirror and some other finishing accessories, a shower curtain rod. I am thinking about going with a arched or a bowed bar. If you've seen those before, this is supposed to give you a little bit more arm space when you're showering. Currently we have a straight bar, so that is what I'm going to look for, but we're going to start with ordering these items, and as they come in and we start working on the bathroom, we're going to share that with you. It's been about a week and a half since we placed that order together, and all of the items for the bathroom refresh project have come in. I still have a couple of things to pick out, like the shower curtain rod and some accessories like a picture, maybe a shelf, but for now we can begin our project. So this is the light, and here is what the bowls look like for the vanity. Still deciding if we're going to put it facing downward or upward. I think downward will be better because of dust. If it's upward, it'll collect more dust, but we'll have to see what looks better. So the light is in. Randomly, I went to TJ Maxx and I actually found a mirror. So it is a black framed round circular mirror, and it was only $39.99. So I think this is going to work out perfectly over the vanity. I also picked up a shower curtain at Target. It's nice and simple, but it's brighter than the one we have there. So I think it'll lighten up the bathroom, and I think it's really pretty. And here are the other items from the Home Depot that we ordered. So this is the towel bar. It's a 24-inch towel bar. We also have the handle that came in for the toilet. That's what that looks like. And here is the toilet paper holder. And then we also have the faucet. This is the Delta Geist faucet that we chose. And the vanity is right here. So George and I had all of these items come directly to our house with the exception of the light fixture and the vanity we did site to store. Because we've ordered things that are heavy before from the Home Depot, and when they showed up, some things were in good condition, other things had gotten banged around during shipping, so we wanted to make sure the vanity was in good shape, so we had it shipped to the store. Now the box did have a couple of gashes on it, but thankfully it was so well packaged that once we took everything apart, it was perfectly fine. And it has soft closed drawers, which are really nice. And the cabinet with a shelf. I really like this color. I think it looks really sharp with the black hardware. We did leave the vanity top in the basement, so we didn't have to carry it up because our dining room has become our construction zone at the moment. So next weekend, we are planning on starting this project, and I'm really excited to see how things turn out. Well, it's the weekend and we're starting on our project, and the first thing I had to do was clean out the vanity. So I emptied out everything that was underneath and all of the drawers, and not too bad. It looks pretty clean in there. I did go ahead and just finish wiping it out.
Yeah. 1 bag of trash.
1 bag of trash.
And 2 bags of keepers.
Yeah, so we put everything that we're keeping in this box, the stuff that we use mostly, and then the other things. So this is a good opportunity to do a good deep clean. And so now George is gonna get started on taking out, what do you wanna do first, George? The mirror or the vanity?
I'll take out the mirror first, but I'm just thinking about the vanity and what might give me some trouble. So the new vanity has a backsplash here, but not one on the left. So I'm just a little worried about the glue that's behind these pieces of granite. I'm just not sure if they're gonna damage the sheetrock. So that could be one of those things that can slow me down potentially. But what I'm gonna do is just use my razor knife, just cut the bead of silicone on top. And I just made this up. This is a hacksaw blade. I just put a little bit of electrical tape. And the idea is to slide it behind and essentially saw to try not to harm the sheetrock too much. I know I'm gonna do some damage, but I'm gonna try to keep it to a minimum because I don't want to patch up sheetrock. It can be a pain.
It's your favorite, isn't it?
Oh, I hate it. So we'll pull the mirror and we'll just, we'll get started. Well, that was
George,
a fail.
what happened to your tool?
It failed.
Aww.
I guess it's time to break out a hammer and a crowbar. All right, before we use a crowbar, try to use something a little less destructive. So I have a multi-tool here, a painter's multi-tool, and I have this chisel. I think I'm gonna use this. Let's see how it goes. Gonna just kind of work down the line and just see if I can break that glue. It's on there pretty good. I wonder who installed it.
When George installs something, he installs it for life. So if you change your mind, you're in trouble.
The whole wall's coming with it. Yeah, it's on there pretty good. So this is gonna take me a while. I'll report back. All right, we got the backsplashes out. It did put up a little bit of a fight. You can see all the glue that was on there and the paper from the sheetrock. So I will have to do a patch here. And what I used to get it out was this chisel and this multi-tool. I pretty much just kind of went down the line and pulled it out. So now that that's done, I think removing the vanity shouldn't be difficult. It's just a couple of screws down below. We'll disconnect the water and we should have this vanity out pretty quick.
You got it loose.
Yeah, how long did that take?
About 14 minutes.
All right, see?
Not too bad.
The backsplash took way longer, right?
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, so now we need to get this out of here.
So George and I got the vanity out of the house. We slid it on an old comforter because it was quite heavy, so that made it much easier. And once we got it out on the front porch, George took some photos of it and we posted it for free on Facebook Marketplace. And within minutes, we had several messages, and the first person to message us told us he could be by at 8 a.m. the next morning. And sure enough, he came by the next morning and the vanity was gone. Whenever you work on a home improvement project, something is bound to come up. And I had a chance to use some of my old craft paint. How's it going in here, Picasso?
Pretty good. So I went to dry fit the new vanity, and my plumbing drain was a little lower than I was expecting and didn't clear this. So I had to notch this out, which left some bare wood. And Steph went and mixed me up some paint, and now it's actually matching really good.
Yeah, I did a pretty good color match. Where's the swatch, George?
Right here.
Look. So I tested out a bunch of different color mixes and finally I got it pretty close.
Yeah. Hi, it's George, and today we're at the Home Depot. And like all projects, I need to pick up a bunch of random things. All right, we're in the interior trim aisle, and at home I have samples of all of the trim that we use in our home. So this is the baseboard we use. It's a pretty standard baseboard, and I noticed that I found my match already, so I'm going to use that, and that is sold by the foot. So it's $267 a foot, and I need 25 inches, so just over 2 feet. So I'm going to pay for 3 feet. But what's nice is that you can cut this right on site here at Home Depot. They have this little like kiosk with a saw, and you can cut what you need, so you don't have to buy a full length. It's nice that they offer that. Always plenty of tape measures around, which is also nice. Now I just need a pencil. Alright, so I need to make a judgment call on bulbs. So the style of bulb that is pictured with the new light we have is this one here. I like the style of it, but unfortunately the only wattage I can find is 40 watt, which is 300 lumens, which is very, very dim. Then we have this type here, which is like a traditional bulb. I mean, still that see-through type, but this one is 1600 lumens, and it's 100 watt equivalent, so it's going to be much, much brighter. So I'm going to make the judgment call and go with these. They're close enough, and I think we need the light more than the style.
Well, it's been a few days and we've made a lot of progress, and I'll fill you in on those details soon. But right now, George is about to wrap up the plumbing work, and hopefully we'll have some running water in the vanity again soon.
All right, Steph, you can try it out.
Let's turn on the faucet. Looks good. Good job.
Gotta make sure there's a leak down here. Keep it going.
Keep it going? Okay. George is testing for leaks.
All right, well, looking good.
How's your plumbing work? Holding up?
It's holding up. Looking good. No leaks.
Good. Why are you filling the sink?
So I want to test this overflow right here
Oh, okay.
to make sure that the water doesn't come out of the bowl. It actually goes through that little opening and flows down. So we're almost there. Yep, that's draining down. That's perfect. All right, now we're just going to do a rush of water. See how that goes. That's looking good.
Is this still dry down there?
Yeah, it's dry. You can hear it. The water's just rushing down. I think we are good.
Well, the vanity is fully installed and fully functional.
Yeah, so over the last few days, it was kind of slow going because I was waiting for things to dry. So over here, when we pulled the original vanity, there was some damage to the sheetrock on this wall and this one here. So I had to skim coat it. I did 2 coats of joint compound, had to wait for that to dry, then 2 coats of primer and 2 coats of paint. And all those different coats, you gotta wait for it to dry. Here's a quick painting tip. In between coats, what I like to do is put my roller and my brush into a plastic bag and kind of squeeze around the roller and the brush so that there isn't any air circulating, and it keeps the paint wet. So then you can, after a few hours, you need to do another coat, you can just go right into the bag, get your supplies, and keep going. But I think the end result looks really good, especially here on the left because we don't have a backsplash, so it's all visible.
It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, George, I was a little bit doubtful. The way that this looked so bad, I didn't think you were gonna get it this smooth, but it looks really good.
Yeah, and the paint, we painted 2 years ago, so the paint was still, I mean, it's only 2 years old, so the match is spot on. So we got lucky there. The next thing was the baseboard. I picked up a length of baseboard at Home Depot. I cut it, painted it, and reinstalled that. I also replaced the light fixture. And of course, when I pulled the light fixture, there was some damage around the original area where it mounted. There was a rectangle there. So again, it was more compound, sanding, priming, and just waiting for that. But now we have the light installed, and that looks good. Then we're on to the vanity top. And the day before, I installed the faucet and the drain onto the top. And then Steph helped me bring it up and place it onto the vanity. And I glued it off camera. And then I glued the backsplash onto the wall. So the next thing is mounting the mirror, and then odds and ends, just wrapping up the project. But we're in the home stretch now.
And then I get to come in and do the fun decorating part. So we'll do a little reveal when everything's done and show you the before and after.
Yep. All right, so now we're gonna mount the mirror, and I just unpackaged it. And it's just one screw that holds this up. I've already taken some measurements, so I know exactly where I want to mount my screw. It's right there. So now I need to see if we have studs in that area, and doesn't look like we do. There's one there, and there's one here. So we're missing a stud there. I do have an anchor that I can use, so I'll be right back. So I have this package of anchors, and
George,
I think this is
I think you did that wrong. We do have a stud. This is like my favorite thing to play with, oldest joke in the book.
So like I was saying, I have this package of anchors, and they can hold up to 105 pounds.
Jeez, what do you think we're hanging on the wall?
Well, I'd rather it be stronger than...
This is what I mean with George. Everything is excess, just like we took down the wall with the backsplash.
Well, it's not going to go anywhere.
That's true.
So I'm going to use these.
Well, our bathroom refresh project is complete, and it took us 2 full weekends with some work done in the evenings after work. Now, this was just a refresh. We updated the vanity, we kept the same paint, the same flooring, so we changed everything over to black, and I think it looks really sharp in here. So you can see the vanity that we installed. We had talked about this in this wood tone color. Prior, we had the white vanity, and I really love this. I think it complements the floor nicely. So even though we didn't update the floor, I actually really like the way these look together. The black hardware kind of echoes all of the black fixtures that we put in the bathroom, from the faucet to the mirror and some of the decorative pieces that I've picked up for the bathroom. I ended up grabbing this mirror, like I mentioned, at TJ Maxx, and then we picked up a couple of shelves to have some extra storage. Our teens like to put some of their things up on the shelf, and I even added a couple of holiday touches with a little reindeer that I found and this pot with some greenery. I even added a little bit of a string of fairy lights to add a little bit of glow during the holidays. But if you were with me on that shopping trip, I had asked you for some opinions on which vessel I should use for these sprigs of pine. And I did go with the vessel from TJ Maxx with the handles. I think it looks really nice. And the new shower curtain, I think it really brightens things up in here. This is just from Target, and I can link it below. But one thing we did do was update the curtain rod to one of these arched or curved bars. And supposedly it gives you an extra 6 inches of elbow room in there. And I did pick up some towels that complement the shower curtain. Again, these were all picked up at Target. And I picked up a matching set. Something we didn't have in here before was a hand towel holder or bar. And so I did add one over by the sink because I think it's really nice to have a towel close by when you wash your hands. You don't have to kind of turn around, splash water everywhere while you go to grab the towel. So that was a nice addition on the wall. The light fixture was also another great upgrade because we had the same light fixture for upwards of 20 years. So it was really nice to switch that out finally. George and I were running some errands, and we stopped at Hobby Lobby because I wanted some ribbon for some Christmas decorating. And we found a picture for our bathroom.
I think this is going to be perfect because it looks like it's a scene in New England.
It really does. The foliage, and I love this. It's like on a lake or the river. We have a river here where we live, and this almost looks like it could be in our town. We live in a coastal town. I love it. And all the pictures are 50% off.
And the scale is perfect.
It really is. Yeah. I really like the way it looks. The scale was right. It was the finishing touch that the project needed. Okay, and here is the cost breakdown of our project. The vanity with the top we purchased from Home Depot online at $839. The faucet was a Delta faucet, and that was $120. Our towel bar and hand towel holder. We actually had to switch from the original one that we had selected because the ends weren't large enough to cover the drywall after we removed the old towel bar, and we didn't want to have to do any additional patching. So the set that we picked up was at Lowe's, and that came out to $60. The toilet paper holder and toilet lever were $47. And we did get a new curved shower curtain rod, which added 6 inches of elbow room in the shower, and that was $44. And a new light fixture, so the 3-light vanity fixture, was purchased also at the Home Depot for $89. And the new vanity mirror, which I picked up at TJ Maxx for $39.99. The shelving above the toilet I found on Amazon for $21. And the canvas picture we found at Hobby Lobby, 50% off for $23.49. And of course, we needed some miscellaneous supplies for plumbing, the baseboard repair, as well as wall repairs, and some light bulbs for the light fixture. That came out to $61. And some miscellaneous accessories like the shower curtain, the hooks, some decor, and some towels for $85.99. And of course, in Massachusetts, we have a 6.25 tax rate, and so that came out to $89.73 for a total of just over $1,500 for this project. Now, of course, we did have a significant savings as we DIY'd this project, so we didn't have to pay for labor. This is a project that we put off for quite some time, and I'm so glad that we finally got it done. I'm wishing we had done it sooner. When we walk in here now, it feels so light and bright, and just the vanity is the complete opposite of what we had before. So before, you remember, we had the white vanity with the dark top, and now we have the darker wooden bottom with a white top, and what a difference it made. I will link anything that we used in this project that I can down below in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. I would love for you to let us know what your favorite part of this project was, or what you think of our bathroom refresh. And thank you so much for spending your time with us, and we'll catch you in the next one.